Hey guys, I'm in my garage. I know it's been a while. You've probably missed me making videos in my garage, but here I am. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Andrew from 510 Books. 510 Books is my company. It's an actual company. It's a corporation. And it encompasses selling on Amazon, eBay, and locally at a book and media store, as well as another bookstore, which I am working on getting open. And it is Thursday, February 10th, 2022, and I want to talk about 3 profitable tips for selling lots on eBay. I've jotted down some ideas, three main tips basically, and I'll dive into each of them in a second. But what I'm talking about are media lots. So specifically, I have done quite a lot of book lots, CD lots, DVD lots, record lots. I've done audiobook lots. I've done audio or cassette tape lots. I've done VHS tape lots. Now, the ones I've done the most of have been books, CDs, and DVDs for sure, but I've dabbled in some other stuff as well, which I just mentioned. So I want to stick to those types of lots. I don't sell clothing or shoes or other types of stuff that you could put in lots, I'm sure, and other things I can't even think of on eBay. So sticking to media, books and media. I've been selling on eBay since April of 2017. So what is that? I'm almost at 5 years. This April will be 5 years selling on eBay. I started doing Amazon, just FBA, and then merchant fulfilled, and started going into eBay because I was coming across so much inventory that I needed to put it in lots, and also things like DVDs and other items like collectible books just didn't make sense. So just a little background. Now, there's many ways to make more money selling lots on eBay, but here's 3 that have worked for me. Okay, number 1. Okay, so first of all, you have a couple options when you set up a lot on eBay. The two ways to sell are as an auction. Some people call everything an auction, but it's not. An auction, or a bin, which is an acronym for buy it now, which essentially means you set a price and then the person can buy it at that price plus shipping if you're charging it, or unless you're have free shipping. So it's either an auction or buy it now. Now, my first profitable tip for selling lots on eBay is to do a buy it now, with the caveat that unless you are just trying to get rid of stuff fast and you want to make some money, but you understand that you're more than likely going to make less. Now, some things do make more sense as an auction, but generally just run-of-the-mill lots that aren't particularly unique or hot in the climate. Like maybe there's something, it happens that somebody passes away, somebody famous, or somebody becomes famous or whatever. But a lot of times it's someone who's passed away. Could be an author, it could be an actor, it could be a singer, something like that. And you have a bunch of their stuff and you put it up. Maybe you want to auction it because it's hot in the moment. But by and large, you're going to want to do buy it now to make more money. So an auction is usually 7 to 10 days. You can do a 3-day auction, which I've never done, but I mostly do 7 days, and I have done 10 days. But buy it now is generally going to make you more money. So now, what are some of the things you have to consider with buy it now? You have to have patience, organization, and space. So what I mean by that is, well, they're kind of self-explanatory. But buy it nows generally can take longer, of course, than auctions, because auction you have a limited time. You have that 7 days, 10 days, etc., or 3 days if you're going to do that. So you know when it's going to end. And ideally, you get some bids and make some money and sell your item and get rid of it. But with buy it now, you never know when it's going to sell. I've listed lots and they've literally sold minutes or hours later, days. Sometimes they take weeks. Many times they take months. So you have to have patience to wait it out. Some people don't have patience, or they have a lot of inventory coming in and they want to just get rid of it, or they don't have the space or maybe aren't that organized and don't want to get that organized, and so they just want to get it out, which I get, right? If you have tons of stuff just constantly coming in, let's say you have tons of CDs or tons of DVDs, you're just throwing all the, I've seen people do this where they do huge DVD lots of like 200, and they'll put well-known DVDs, but they'll also put TV box sets and all kinds of stuff. Some of it sealed, some of it not, and they'll just do auctions, right? And they'll make their $50, their $70, depending on what's in there. If there's something better in there, the bidding will go up. But they just keep it going because they just constantly have a flow. And sometimes I do that, right? Like I'm doing that with the DVDs that I have, the excess DVDs, just because I do want to get rid of them. And I know that if they sit around, they're just, based on experience, they're not going to make much money. That's the other thing, is you got to learn, where the money is. But anyway, just generally speaking, you'll make more money with buy it now. But again, you've got to have the patience, and you've got to have the space and the organization. So whether you have all your stuff in your garage, or whether you have it in your house in an extra room, in your basement, in your attic, or if you have a storage unit, or if you have a warehouse space, whatever it is, or an actual store, I highly recommend that you have it organized so you can quickly find it. It's happened to me in the past several times that I couldn't locate an item, even a lot, and I had to cancel the sale. It hasn't happened a ton, but it's happened a couple of times. I could count on one hand. So I got really organized with that, and I also realized that I had to be patient. So when I list an item, a buy it now lot on eBay, I just keep it moving, forget about it, store it away. I've got things, as I've showed you in my warehouse, really well organized and packed in there. So I'm using as little space as I can. So those are some things to consider, but just keep it in mind if you're going to do buy it now, that it will take longer, but you can get more money in general. Tip number 2 is price competitive, but high, and take offers. So you can price higher than other people if you have more items in the lot than other people do. Like if you have a Stephen King book lot, just as a random example, and everyone has 20 books, but you have 35, you can charge more. But if everyone has 20 books in their lot, chances are if you charge a little more, you're going to wait longer to sell it, unless your books in this example are in immaculate condition, or just much better condition than everyone else. Then of course that can play a factor. You can play that up. You can say, Stephen King book lot of 20, all hardcover, all in excellent condition, like new, or whatever, in the title, so that people know that they're not just getting some beat up books, right? Which might be fine for people to pay less for. But so generally competitively, but you can price it higher if you feel that you've got, if you have more in the lot, and if you have a better condition, I would say. The other thing is, take offers. Now, I've heard some people say they don't take offers. They don't want to take offers. They set the price and they'll wait a year if they have to, 2 years if they have to. That's fine. You just have to have a lot of patience. You have to have the space and the organization, and you can do that. I like to sell things a little quicker. So when I set up a lot, this is in general, but when I set up a book lot or CD lot, I want to price it right around either where everyone else is, or maybe even a little bit less, unless it's an item that a lot that is worth where the prices are. Because a lot of times you will see prices that are much higher than they really should be in terms of what someone's really going to pay, and that higher price is probably going to take a lot longer. So again, it's up to you, but I recommend, to sell things faster and still get good money, is to price it competitively, but not too competitively. Like again, if there's 20 Stephen King books and everyone's pricing it at $24.99, and you're going to price it at $50, well, those better be in immaculate condition. And the opposite, if you're going to price it at $5.99 plus shipping, well, you'll probably get the sale, but you won't make much money. But if you price it maybe at $21.99 plus shipping, taking offers, then you just might get that next sale. So take that into consideration. Oftentimes I will see other sellers who don't take offers, and I'll get the sale before them. It doesn't happen all the time, of course, but generally speaking, if you're taking offers, people, and it's an in-demand product, people are going to make an offer. And sometimes I've had many lots where I do have the option for people to take an offer or make an offer, and they don't, and they just buy it for the price that I have it listed at. Number 3, another profitable tip for selling lots on eBay, media lots, is try to put large lots together if possible. It's not necessary to sell something for good money, but it is ideal. And generally, the more you have in a lot, the better. So in that example of the Stephen King books, if you've got 40 of them, why not put 40 of them together in a lot? So this is the thing to consider, though. It doesn't mean that, like, for instance, for CDs, right? Like I've sold, I just sold, last week I sold, what is her name? Jessica Simpson CD lot of only 3 CDs. And these are all CDs that I've seen tons of times. But because I put them together, because it was, I don't think she's made a ton of music, but it was a big portion of her collection, it sold pretty quickly. Another thing was I did it with Britney Spears, a bunch of other artists. So even if they have, 14 releases and you only have 7, that's still a lot. That's still a good amount. Now, if you got all 14, you'll probably be able to get top dollar because it's the entire collection. It's her entire, or whoever's entire CD collection that they've put out. So more is usually better. But again, when it comes to things like something really niche or something vintage, it might be okay to only have 2 or 3 or 4, books in a lot, for instance. But even in that scenario, if it is super nichey, like I have some books that are balloon books, like hot air balloon books. I think I have like 9 or 10 in the lot, which is a good amount. And they're older. They're all like 80s, 70s and older. That's good. But if I had 15, I'd put 15 in there. If I had 25, I'd put 25. I wouldn't settle for the 9 and be like, oh, I'll make another lot. I'd put them all together. Get rid of them all together, get some good money for it, and keep it moving. That's always the way that I look at it. So, it doesn't matter if it's vintage, if it's newer, the more in the lot, the better. That's what I've found to be. Especially when it comes to things like a book series, a certain author, a certain musical group, a certain singer, a certain actor, or DVD series. If you have the entire series, the entire set, the entire music catalog, whatever it is, you're going to get way more money, and it's going to be much more sought after because everybody else is unlikely to have the entire collection, whatever it falls into. So more the better in that instance, but it doesn't mean that, I only have 4, books from the 60s and 70s about, about throwing darts. I have a book lot of darts right now, and I have way more than that. I've probably got a dozen or so, or maybe more. It was a lot. But if you only have 4, you can still put them together. Someone might come along and buy it. You're not gonna get as much money as if you had 20 of them, but you could still make some money off of those versus just getting rid of them. So those are 3 tips to consider that have helped me make more money with lots. Buy it now, number 1, if you want to make more money. Price competitively, but high, right? So be competitive with other offers unless you have a lot more individual items in the lot, or you have them in much better condition. And take offers as well. I highly recommend taking offers and making your lots as big as possible, if you can. All right, guys, this has been 3 profitable tips for eBay book and media lots. So if you enjoy these kind of videos, guys, please, first of all, give me a thumbs up. Second of all, if you enjoy these kind of videos, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I do make vlogs about all kinds of stuff related to reselling books and media, CDs, DVDs, video games, records, DVDs, I said that already. All those different types of media items, selling them online, Amazon and eBay, and in my local store, and just continually evolving and learning about that stuff. So subscribe if that's interesting to you. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.